Okay, so you want to generate business credit slash business funding leads, and you want to set up a system that puts qualified leads on your appointment calendar without you having to step in, all on autopilot. I'm going to show you how to do that in this video, so stick around. Okay, so obviously one of my favorite platforms is Facebook ads. And so what you want to do is do a leads campaign, because they've changed this around to simplify it. But leads campaign, I've got it set up here. I've got my creative ready. I got my copy ready. I'm going to go into those things real quick. I've got my workflow ready. I'm going to go into that. And then my final pieces of advice towards the end. Okay. So I'm going to go with a simple leads ad, right? Because I can grab information quickly, plug it into a follow-up system like High Level, and let it do its thing to engage, qualify, book the appointment, remind them of the appointment, and then I take it from there, right? If I'm the business owner, salesperson, etc. So I've got a campaign here, leads ad campaign. I'm going to hit continue here. And I haven't been able to get this approved without special ad category because we are talking about funding, credit, things like that. So I'm just going to go with that. And then I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to go instant forms. I'm going to do dynamic creative. And I'm going to set a budget. Your budget's up to you. I recommend at least $25 a day is what I'm seeing. Some interest based targeting will be fine here. So let's do, small business. And I can hit suggestions. I can say entrepreneurship, home business, startup. I'll select like 4 or 5 of these and test it out. And then I'm going to go to my ad here. And I'm going to upload some quick creative. This is not going to be the best creative. I'm not putting a lot of thought into the creative because I just want to show you the skeleton of this, what this looks like. But I uploaded a few things here. Let me show you where I got these. This is just like a business guy over here. I don't know, so let's do advanced preview, see if I can change the creative. Yeah. Business guy over here. This business loan template actually was on Canva. I just typed in business loan, so you can just edit it and save it and then upload it, right? So just type in business loan and you should find something like this. There's quite a few of them. So the other place I get creative, just images for free, is Pexels. I just typed in business and I saw all of these right here. And so just pick the one that resonates with you, or if you have your own copy, your own videos, you can do that as well. So there's that. And so for the ads, the copy themselves, I'm going with the pain, agitate, solution copywriting formula, right? If you're not familiar with it, just Google pain, agitate, solution, and kind of read into it, and you'll see that it kind of fits that description. Business owners, does your business have a safety net for the upcoming storm? We can help your business get approved for the 100K today. Request more info today. I kind of put today too much, so we'll just take that out. All right. So then we go to the ad here, primary text. I'm just doing a few short form copies. I would do a few short form, and then I would do a few long form where it's like you have to click read more, and there's like a story behind what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But for the sake of speed and showing you how to do this, I'm just going to go with these right here. So these are the 2 different versions of ad copy. I throw in some emojis here, but so attention business owners, does your business have a safety net for the upcoming storm, etc., etc. Okay, headlines now. Get up to 100K in business funding. All right, and then add another one here. We can help you get business credit. And then add another one here. Need a business loan. can copy mine. It may work for you, it may not. I do recommend doing 5 variations and then doing 3 variations of this. So sign up, apply now, get quote, right? So I've got my ad, and now my form, I'm just going to create a fresh form. You can do more volume if you want, if you just want to get as many leads as possible, or higher intent. Now the differences are more volume, they just hit submit and they're done. Higher intent, they have to slide, they have a review screen, or they review the information, slide, and then it submits, right? There's a difference there. So if you notice right here where it says review screen, if I do more volume, it disappears. If I do higher intent, it appears. Okay, so we'll do more volume for now. I'll name it business funding form example. Then the intro, you can upload an image. I'm just going to do whatever I had right there. There you go. That's probably a little bit too much text, but I'm just using that as an example. Get your business could get approved for up to 100K. Jesus, I can't apply now. And then I would say, please fill out this quick form and we'll be in touch to review your business funding options. All right, great. So the questions, you may have lead filtering, you may not. I've seen some accounts have it, some don't. The ones that do, it's great. So you do multiple choice, and you can say, how much revenue does your business make per month? And you can set the parameters, right? Under 50K, over 50K, whatever you think is a good parameter to have. And if you look at this right here, lead filtering, it'll say, it's under 50K lead, it's not a lead. It is a lead, right? And that's a great way to get started. And you see, if they clicked it, then if they are a lead, it'll submit it. If they're not a lead, it won't submit it, if that makes sense. Full name, add category, contact field, phone number, contact field, their work information, company name. So that's pretty good right there. You want to upload your privacy statement right here. And then your thank you page, whatever you want them to do. You want to direct them to a site, you want to direct them to your online calendar, whatever, right? And then hit publish. So once you have that, you're going to want to connect it to High Level so that it can put those leads into a workflow. I'm just using High Level because it's my favorite, but if you have a different one, you should be able to do it as well. So I'll hit publish, wait for it to get approved. There's certain questions you can't ask on here, like how much funding you want to get approved for. No matter how I worded it, it rejected it. Or what would you use the funding for? So what I'll do is I'll get that on the back end, right, with like a survey. Here's a workflow example in High Level. I just kind of put this together real quick to kind of show you the functionality of it. So I have the trigger being Facebook lead form submitted, and I would add the filter in form, and I would select the form that I made here. Assuming that you've integrated it already, it should show your list of forms, right? And then my settings are going to be for it to be between Monday through Friday, whatever time frame is good for you. And then as long as those parameters are hit, then it's going to send out an initial message. And so I have, hey, John, this is Alex with ABC Funding. I got your inquiry for business credit or funding, however you want to word it, for XYZ company. So whenever you integrate your Facebook, you're going to match the form fields with inputs on the back end for your business. And if they're not there, then you can set up custom fields in High Level so that they are able to read it and put that in there. So it'll grab that from the form, put it in here, or from your survey that you build out, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to confirm that you're interested. You can simply reply yes or no. P.S. You can opt out of SMS messages from me at any time by replying stop. So that's a good compliance thing, right? The wireless carriers want to see that kind of messaging being delivered to their clients. So make sure you're compliant. So I'm going to wait for 30 minutes or timeout. So what does timeout mean? That means if nothing happens, then move them along to a particular branch, right? So if I send them a message and they don't reply after 30 minutes, then I can set up another action, right? I send an email, leave a voicemail, send a call, a number of things. This thing is like a Swiss Army knife, right? So if I send them a message and 30 minutes pass and they haven't replied, then I want XYZ to happen. If they do reply, then did they reply positively? Like, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that was me, or yes, just yes or no, right? If they answer negatively, then I can say, oops, sorry, I'll opt you out, et cetera, right? And then if they say, yeah, that was me, or yes, simply reply yes, then I have, great, I understand you need, and I have a custom field, how much funding do you need based on my form or a survey created or application I have built out in high level. I understand you need 20 grand for equipment. Is that correct? And then again, it waits for reply or times out after 30 minutes, an hour, 30 hours, whatever you think is reasonable for your business. And if they reply positively, then I can hit them with further qualification questions and then push them to a link to my calendar to book an appointment with me, right? Which, by the way, if you're doing that, I highly recommend using the calendar system in high level so that you can execute further automation for missed appointments, follow-ups, et cetera, right? You want to use all of the tools in here so that you can set up triggers and follow-ups and different workflows and automation. It just makes your life easier, trust me. If you send them to Calendly or I forget what that other one is, the other calendar services that aren't natively in here, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of all the things that you can do, right? So if they don't reply, then what do I want to happen, right? Another message goes out, a call, an email, it's up to you, right? So the automation will engage with these people and find out where do they go. Are they a good lead? If so, they'll book. Send them a calendar link. Make sure they book. Send them appointment reminders, and then if they don't show, have automation already set up for follow up. Or if they don't reply, then maybe they're just busy, right? So maybe in a week I'll send them a follow up text. I'll set up a workflow just like this that sends up a follow up text in a week, right? So let's say that they don't reply. I'll put a tag there. I'll add a tag. I click here, add a tag, add a contact tag, and I figure out what the tag is. And then another workflow I make is if this tag was applied, send this text in 7 days, right? And then have another automation like this. So that's the beauty of high level once you have it all set up and configured. But going back to the beginning, right? So business credit leads they're on here. I'm running ads for private clients for this, and there's a big demand right there. I think business owners are starting to get their safety net in place, because just in case business slows down or they don't make as many sales, or they're just concerned about the landscape of their business in the coming year and a half, right? It's just current conditions, just speculation. So we'll see what happens, right? But I think there's a big demand there. So using the past copywriting formula to, show a pain point, agitate that pain point, like, hey, are you tired of being told no by the big banks and online lenders. Could you use this just in case? Solution: I'd like to help. Let's set up a call, right? So I love that framework for ads. I think it works really well. The lead gen form, putting them into high level, letting the workflows automate everything. Speaking of workflows, let me show you guys some things that can happen. So let's say we want to hit a trigger. You have all these triggers right here, right? You have appointment status change. You have customer booked an appointment, birthday reminder, something changed in the contact. The contact was created. A tag was added. It's a custom date that you need to send a reminder for. A note was added. Task added. Customer replied to something. They submitted a form. They submitted a survey. They clicked a link. A phone call was missed. An email was opened. So many things, right? Those are your triggers. And then you can say, now I wanted to do this. I wanted to send an email, send a text, make a call, or leave a voicemail. If they came in through Facebook Messenger or Instagram, then you can message them back there. You can add a tag. You can start another workflow. You can remove them from workflow. You can send them a request to, let's say they signed up, then you can automate your reviews, right? Add or remove them from your conversions and Google Analytics. You can add them or remove them to your custom audiences or report data to the conversion API. All kinds of things, right? And I can do conditions, right? If this, then that. Wait for this, or if this happens, like right here, I can select go to, hit save. Like, so if they hit a branch and I want to go, this other branch over here on this workflow fits this situation, I can just have it go there instead of building it out over again. But there's so much you can do with this platform. I love it. Now let's talk about why you want to market for this, right? Well, number one, you know how to handle this, right? You're familiar with business credit. You know how to get people funding options. There's a lot of programs out there that teach you that. I can't recommend any. I just work with clients that have done these things. There's a lot of like loan brokers and banks that are looking for people that can, facilitate loan applications, and then you get rewarded handsomely for it. And then business credit itself, the development of that, I have clients charging $1,500, $2,500, $5,000 for that service. It just depends on your ability to help them, and then what that includes. So there's a lot of opportunity here. It's, in my opinion, there's a big market for it. There's a lot of underserved people in this market, and there's less red tape around who you can service and how you can service them. So I think it's worth exploring if you haven't thought about including it in your business. Are you selling business credit as well with your services? If so, let me know in the comments. Let me know that's something you've been toying with or you've had success with. And on the next video, what do you guys want to learn? I think this was a pretty good one just to kind of break down what this looks like. This is just one of many campaigns you can launch. You can do a messenger ad. You can do a conversion campaign. You can do a retargeting campaign. You can do a lot of different things in Facebook. There are a lot of variations of ads or campaigns or methods you can test and see which one works for you. If you're somebody that's looking to hire somebody like me, who's been doing this for a long time, to take this off your plate, so you just focus on the appointments that show up on your calendar, go to the site right here, and apply. Well, that's it for today. I appreciate you sticking around and watching this. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.